Yo, it's your boy Brian Redmond, and yes, we are back for another live. I am the relationship rehab, and oh wait, I don't have my camera on. Hold on. Where is my camera? There we go. Wait, should be on now. Can y'all see me now? Wait, nope, I don't see me now. There we go. All right. I'm just talking and no camera or nothing. So, yes, it's your boy Brian. And yes, we are back for another episode of the Relationship Rehab. I am so glad to be here with you all on tonight. Yes, I said on tonight, like they say in the church house, on tonight. I'm here with y'all. So we are going to have ourselves a funky good time like we always do. And I am going to do something a little different if I can get this to work and I can move on. There we go. Change. Yes. And then it should let me select. I don't know. Sometimes it's like when I do the chat, it like works perfectly. Then other times it acts funny. I got to like do it a few times. There we go. All right. Yeah. But I'm going to do something a little different tonight. I normally do a monologue, and talk about something. I learned that from my boy Tommy. But I normally would talk about something that's going on in the world. But on tonight, I want to talk a little different. And before I start the show, I want to actually dedicate, if you will, part of this show. Hold on, where is my other? There we go. I want to dedicate part of this show to someone that is very, very, very special to me. And I thought about it for a while as just to how I was gonna do it. And then I thought I'd do it on my show. Because it's like, you know how people always say, y'all know we love to say this. Give me my flowers while I'm living. So, in that same fashion and being true to that very saying, I am going to do that on tonight because after I thought about it, I realized that it's something that I've done, but I didn't do it enough and I didn't give it its just due. And one of the things that I love about doing this show and having this platform, it is the fact that I know that this will live on past me. And I know that it will be one of those things to where it's here forever. You know what I'm saying? I get that aspect of just doing YouTube. And, a lot of people are afraid to do it. And to some degree, I still am. But I don't have fuck you money, which is why I don't just do it. But until I do, because it's going to come one day soon, speaking it into existence, speaking into the universe. But with that being said, I do want to just take a minute to talk about somebody that is like extremely important to my life. And y'all going to have to give me, I'm going to set my 5 minutes and put it on and let it go. And we're going to do the damn thing. So this person that I want to talk about real quick is, and I know a lot of people trivialize the word uncle. And it wasn't until my uncle expressed to me how important and what the word uncle meant. And my uncle, more specifically, my Uncle Chubby, he is probably one of the most impactful people in my life ever. He has been there for me and been in my life since I was a baby, since I can remember, of course, but he's always been present as an uncle. He has never not answered the call. He's never not been there for me. And he taught me so much about the importance of family and what it is to be a man. Hands down, my favorite uncle. Love him to death. I know that he would do anything in this world for me, literally. If he can do it, he will. If you need him, he's there. And he's not just that kind of uncle just to me, but he's that type of uncle to all of his nieces and nephews. I think I'm his favorite nephew. I'm just going to say it because it is what it is. I'm his favorite. But that's just me patting myself on the back. I'm his favorite nephew. But whatever. I'm sure there's plenty of other nieces and nephews that would beg to differ and argue with that. But my Uncle Chubby is definitely just the true definition and one of the examples that I've had as a man and just what it means to truly be an uncle. So many firsts in my life that are like milestones in my life. My uncle was there. So many things that a man experiences being a young man. My uncle did it for me, introduced it to me. Yeah, he way better than Uncle Phil UFO. But my Uncle Chubby, man, has he's one of the few, and especially, after my father died unexpectedly, he stepped in seamlessly, like just like that. When my dad died, to be that surrogate father for me. Always there, even though I was a grown ass man, he was there as a father figure for me. And I can even say I've seen him. He's done the same thing for my cousin Corey. When he lost his dad, my Uncle Kevin passed away. Uncle Chubby stepped in as that surrogate father, and he has just truly been an amazing example of a man, an amazing example of a friend, and just an amazing example of a human being. The things that he stands for and the things that he's done just as a father, as an uncle, and as a man, I truly look up to him and will continue to look up to him. There are a couple of guiding principles in my life. And when I'm making life decisions, one of the things that I usually will say to myself is, what will my daddy do? Another thing I usually say is, what will my Uncle Chubby do? And that's because he's been such a great blueprint for me. But to my Uncle Chubby, it's so important to recognize people like that, especially men like that are in your lives that have that type of impact, because they're not frequent. They're not everywhere. I mean, one of the things I always say, I don't know if I've ever said it on the show, but I always talk about people say, yeah, I was like, man, the kind of nigga I am, nigga like me only come around every 125 years or something like that. So I ain't know every average day nigga, but my Uncle Chubby, he's one of those once in a lifetime type of men. And it's like, it has been such a blessing to have him in my life. I couldn't pick a better uncle. I just couldn't. I mean, man, I would do anything for this man, and I'll do anything this man tell me to do because of the respect and just the love and the reverence that I have for him and the honor above all that I have for him. So I don't know if my Uncle Chubby watching this or not, but to you, Uncle Chubby, I love you, man. And I thank you for always being there for me. I thank you for being a great example for me, man. I appreciate everything that you've done, everything that you've sacrificed and shown me as a man, and my cousins and my cousins that you've just been that example to. Great father and all of that stuff. Thank you so much for just being who you are and being in my life and always being in my corner. I love you. I love you. I love you. And my time is up. But yeah, I hope he sees it. I'm gonna send it to him and hope he watches it. But yeah, my Uncle Chubby is that dude, man. And he's definitely, man, he's probably the only man in my life right now today that I would bend the knee for. You know how we love to call each other Kane. Hey, Kane, you doing it? Do your thing, Kane. He's the only man that I'm gonna bend the knee for. So yes, indeed. So I love my Uncle Chubby, man. So I appreciate you, man, and I hope that you understand and you feel my heart, and I hope that you get it. But man, we do Crestline. We need more like him in the world, man. But I'm holding on to the one I got. I got him, so I'm holding on to him. Shout out to my Uncle Chubby down there in Memphis, living it up, baby. I love you. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into the show, and I want to talk about Charleston White and white women. I don't know how. If you ever ask, like, what's something you never thought what's something you said that you never thought you would say on your show? I think that's what it is. Me wanting to talk about Charleston White and white women. So with that being said, that's what I want to do. But first, I can't do nothing until I hear my favorite part of the show.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
All right, so when it comes to, he said Charleston White be wild. Yeah, man. He's a true definition of a character. Like, that dude is like and it's like he said it plenty of times, but it's like he's a true character. Like, he's admitted, like, yeah, I'm a character. Like, I guess, but it's just one of those things where I've never thought to say, hey, I'm gonna be a character. I don't know, but it's working for him, I guess. But I guess more so not necessarily him per se talking about this, but the content, and then the context in which this was actually discussed is what really intrigued me. And it made me want to have this conversation I'm having today about the age-old question of, the differences and what it is that not just athletes, but men in general that are of different races other than white find in white women. And it's like, we talk about it all the time, and a lot of black women are truly just, they talk about it, but they're more so upset about it to some degree. And it's been one of those things to where, with me seeing that over the years, it's something that hasn't changed. And what he says really, like, I agree with some of it, disagree with some of it. And it was like, I thought that this would be a great thing to break down and just discuss. So if you guys got questions or anything like that, please let me know, put it in the chat. But this is, I think, something that needs to be talked about for the sake of having a conversation, because we don't have this conversation or this type of conversation, I think, around the right people to where they can actually, like, hear this conversation. So it's like, I want to kind of keep this kind of short. I want to try to step under an hour, but yeah, I guess I need to go ahead and get started if I'm going to do that instead of still running my mouth. But I'm looking at the stream and I don't know if this is right or not. I don't know why I'm seeing this. It's kind of weird. Like it's not connecting. It's connected, but it's not in like real. There we go. It wasn't in real time. That's weird. Okay. All right. And then where's my chat? Okay, there we go. Good. All right, cool. All right, I just wanted to make sure that was good because I definitely didn't want to stream this in and be something wrong. And yeah, so Rumble is good and United Guns is good. Okay, we good. All right, y'all. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's do this.
Opportunity and the chance that he's been given to get out on that 15-year and then come home, nigga, and go to booming how you were booming.
Hold on. Yeah, it's about to come up.
I want to go back to jail.
So it's gonna come up in a couple minutes. It's like usually around the 105 mark.
Tyreek Hill, NFL player. You know who he is?
Here we go.
He's like the fastest NFL player right now. Plays for the Miami Dolphins. He has 7 women that he just got pregnant.
Well, that's my nigga. Yeah, that's my nigga.
Damn.
Yeah.
3 are pregnant right now.
Yeah, that's my
total.
nigga. Damn. Yeah, that's my kind of nigga.
That's the you like what you mean? Like that's like a.
If I ran that fast, I would do it too. Nigga, you got them kind of powers, nigga. Yeah. Most niggas can't impregnate 7 bras at one time. That's a nigga with some superhuman strength.
Sound like his wife know about the shit too. Like she, like
cool. And, he's married.
Man, the nigga he's the fastest running human on earth. Man, one piece of pussy.
Now that in itself is a feat. I was shocked at that. I was really shocked at that. He said like he got 7 women pregnant at one time and he's married. That is a feat. I must admit and give him his kudos on that. I don't know how the fuck he pulled that off, but he did. So to that, Cheetah, I must say, tip my hat. That's wild. I don't know how he did that one, but hey, he got it going.
You can't satisfy that nigga. He the fastest running nigga on earth, huh?
In the NFL, yeah.
Well, whatever. He got superhuman strength. Man, then they got to have 10 hoes.
People are upset that none of the women are dark skinned though. They all mixed.
Here we go.
Who upset? Because
he already dark. Shit.
He know what he like.
He already the dark one. Shit.
Nigga, they got to settle for anything. Nigga, he picking what he like. Nigga, when you got money, you can pick. Everybody else settling. Everybody else selling. Motherfuckers settle for their baby mama. Bitch, they just didn't wear rubber that night. And he didn't mean to get this fat motherfucker pregnant. I swear by God, Dirk didn't mean to get that fat white girl pregnant.
Shit, he was broke then.
Man,
he says that nigga look like Kanye stunt double.
Selling.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, that's old Kanye. That's old Kanye UFO. That's not new Kanye. Wait, let me see what he says here. He says, not all white women are the same. Let's agree that we're talking about the non-mud shark and not trash white women. I have to say, Jeffrey, I understand your statement, but you have to, here's the thing though. There is a certain aspect when you're talking about the non-mud shark, non-white trash, there's still a difference between the mud shark and white trash women when it comes to comparing them to black women. There still is there still are some differences and some things vary between those two. So it's not just as cut and dry and to say, oh yeah, that's just what it is, and there you go, and then they're fine. Nope. There's still a difference between a mud shark and a what we would call trailer trash white woman. There is. So I get where you going, and yes, there is a difference, but that's with all women though. I mean, there are some black women that are, like night and day. They're totally different. And I'm speaking specifically about dark-skinned black women. There are some dark-skinned black women that are very feminine, that are very polite, submissive, and all of that. There are some like that. It ain't that many. It's only about 0.00003%. But yes, there are some, when you just look at our women, you have those women that I just explained, but then you have those women that are those black women that don't come from money per se, but are middle to upper middle class. They're different. They are different. And then it's not that many of them, but then you have those ghetto, ratchet, hood rat, black women, dark-skinned black women that are like that, black women, period, that are like that. And those are fucking breeding by the multitude. Those are being bred in large numbers, which is the problem and has been very problematic for us as a race. Human race and black folks. I'm just saying it has been. So that's what I'm trying to really dive into a little bit, just to break down that part, because I think that's where the problem is. So, but yes,
Bro,
Selling, I told you, man. Man, shit, man.
Yeah, when you get some money, I pick and choose.
Yeah, so shit. Yeah,
Got it.
Oh, let me get this kind of money. They gonna be saying that about me.
But it seems like most athletes, when they, LeBron's one of the few that stuck with a black chick. Most athletes, they want the mix of the white girl. When you step back and look, most athletes, that's what they choose. Why is that? Why can't we stick like they say in the NBA within the next 20 years, most NBA players are going to be light skinned because
Tyrese Halliburton's and shit.
Exactly.
Mulatto
Jason Tatum.
Zach LaVine.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like that it's because of the NBA, or do you feel like that it's because I'm finna
tell you why. They look the most natural. If the dark-skinned sisters pulled off the long shoulder-length hair and brought back they look the most natural. The light-skinned girl with the weave hair that hang down her back, they look more natural.
So what do y'all think about that? Do y'all agree or disagree? Personally, I totally disagree with that. I don't think it's just because they look the most natural. I honestly, truly think, and here's the thing. This is something I was actually talking with some friends of mine the other day about this. That was yesterday, actually. Based on your age, based on your level of wealth, that and in some instances based on your power, your level of power, that or the amount of power that you have, that gives you options. So it's like the options that you have, you tend to exercise those options, which is naturally so. There are some people who don't, for whatever reason, but in general, most people will exercise the options that they have. It's just like when you look at young women today. Young women today, one of the biggest reasons why young people are not getting married today, because young women have so many options. Repeal the 17th. But I'm just saying, but they have so many options. And the older they get, they have less options. And that's why it's a stupid thing, because if I have the time that I have the most options, I would set myself up for the best win, for the best situation or the best scenario possible. But they have the most options at a young age. So that's why most young women have what you call hoe phases, hot girl summers, doing me. Basically, most women in their younger years ride the cock carousel as long as they possibly can, because it gives them more options, gives them more access to different things in life. Access to money, access to certain levels of society. They get access because of their youth and how they look. Now, the problem with that is they're not smart enough to set themselves up for longevity, for the win, because they know, even though they don't acknowledge it, because most women today appear are delusional to some degree or another, but they don't plan that. It's just like how when you're young, like, and one of the things I learned, but I learned it as I got older, but as a young person, financially, it makes sense for you to invest in the S&P than it does for you to try to take a long shot, risky gamble on a new stock or a new IPO. If you're looking for long-term wealth, if you want to retire and you want to have a very nice stock portfolio, one of the aspects you should have, and like I said, this is something I just learned within the last maybe 3 years. But one of the things that you should invest in is the S&P 500. It has proven fact, proven statistics, all of that. Over time, it is one of the most stable and one of the most profitable stocks to have. I ain't know that shit. My mama and my daddy didn't know that shit. Just some shit. You don't know what you don't know. But it's the same thing with women as far as their options. Yes, you have a lot of options early on in your life, but you should be using that time to set yourself up to pick the best mate possible. But most women don't, especially young, attractive black women. They not only don't, they won't. them bitches will have babies and all that, but they will not pick a husband. Because here's the thing, and you think that you're missing out on something that you really don't. You ain't missing out on really nothing, but they think that they should be doing what it is that they're doing, which is basically sleeping around, getting flued out, not realizing that they're wasting away they're wasting away their most valuable asset when it comes to picking a mate, when it comes to the sexual marketplace. They're wasting away their most valuable asset. So it's just like if somebody, you win the lottery and you go and not the Mega Millions. Let's say you just win the lottery for $5 million. You win a scratch off. You get $5 million. You get what you gonna probably bring home maybe about 3.5 or something like that. But you take that $3 million and you go buy 10 Rolls Royces. That's $300,000. You go buy 10 cars that are $300,000. You just brought 3 assets that are wonderful vehicles. I mean, amazing vehicles. Let's not knock that. $300,000 car is usually going to be the shit, but they are all 10 of them. The moment you drive them off the lot are now liabilities and depreciating assets. You could drive a different $300,000 car. You got 10 of them. You could drive a different car 10 days. Every 10 days, you can be in a different car. But every day you have those 10 cars because you can't drive them all at once. But every day you have those 10 cars, they're literally depreciating in value at some percentage, to some degree. So those 10 cars you buy in 10 years will not be worth what you spent on them in the beginning when you first bought them. So that $3 million or $3.5 million that you spent on those 10 cars, when you go back and let's say you wanted to sell those, you might get half of that. Less you're going to get, no, actually not might get half. You'll get less than half, maybe 40%. Just because, $300,000 could be exclusive. It could be a limited edition, whatever the case may be. But that's how a lot of young women are today. The attention you're going to get from that fancy car, the fun and the excitement and all of the wonderful things that it is to have that type of vehicle, it's still a depreciating asset. And in 10 years, it won't be what it was the day you bought it. That's what most young women, especially our women, do with their sexual marketplace value. They waste it driving around the block, putting miles on their body, riding that car carousel, that car carousel. Wee, wee, wee. Girl, we turned up. Girl. Yeah, we partying, girl. That's what they're doing. And not realizing that by the time 10, 15 years roll around, 20 years roll around, they were 20, now they're 40. Now they're 40, and now they're trying to find a man because they don't get half of the attention they used to get. They don't have half of the men trying to lock in, or they only get men that will fuck them now, that want to fuck them, and that's it. So now they're trying to wrap up the year or wrap up their lives and start to end on a good note. So now they're scrambling, trying to find a man. That's what they're doing. Running around fast as hell, like in the Benny Hill show at the end, trying to find a husband 40 years later. And in most cases, more than 40 dicks later, this is what they're trying to do. Fourth quarter, 2-minute drill, trying to find a husband. I gotta find me somebody, girl. I need somebody to help me with these kids, girl. I got these grandkids too, girl. That's just what it is. So it's a thing to where you look at what they're doing with their youth when they have a much higher sexual marketplace value. And it's like, that's where you should be trying to lock in, for the most part, your husband, so that you will have the best possible option available to you will be at that time. Between that age of 21 to maybe 26, that's when you're 20 to 26, roughly around that time. That's when you should really be trying to lock in, but these bitches ain't trying to lock in because they too busy trying to pop out. They're too busy trying to pop out. That's just what it is. So it's like when you think about those things, it's not about looking natural and being natural. That's part of it. But the biggest thing about that is how you carry yourself and the way you present yourself and what you do with yourself now. And I'm going to tell you like this, because there's such a scarcity of men, and more so men that women want to date and want to marry. There's a big difference. A woman will date just about any type of nigga. But getting married to a man that they can respect, married to a man that they want to be with, really want to be with, hey man, you take whatever that percentage is of eligible men that they want to be with, and then you cut that in half, or cut it by or 3/4 of that, and take that fourth of that and say, them the men y'all really want. So when you look at black women who get married at what, 24%, 25% of black women get married, 1 out of 4, only 1/4 of them will get married, period. And then when you look at that 1/4 that get married, how many of them are with men that they really want to be with? I can tell you probably 3/4 of them ain't with men that they want to be with. And you know why I'm going to say that? Because divorce rate is at 70%. And here's the problem with that, though. Yep, I'm going to say this, then I'm going to go ahead and play the rest of this. Trucker C says, Brian, I see these 50 and 60-year-old Tootsie Rollers still trying to show they got hips like young chicks and still think men want the cougar stank. Yes. But the problem with that, Trucker C, over the next 10 to 15 years, it's going to get worse. Over the next 20 to 30 years, it's going to get catastrophic. Because now I will be 50 in 20 days. I'll be 50 years old in 20 days. It just started in my generation. It's not, and I'm going to tell you like this. I can tell you there's so many women from my graduating class that aren't married, that are single or divorced. I'd say only maybe a couple of them is widowed, but single or divorced, never got married. I had some people over the past maybe 2-3 years. I can remember clearly maybe 3 of my high school classmates that got married. And it was at the end. And the reason why I know that is because they were like, we got a Facebook page and all that kind of stuff, but they got married and they went to the same school. So they, after all of these years, they found love and found each other and now they married. That happened to like 2 or 3 of my classmates over the past couple of years, 2-3 years. But the majority of those women that are in there, they divorced or they ain't been married. And it started with my generation. Dude, by the time I'm 60, 65, 70, it's going to be an epidemic as to how many old women are alone and dying alone. Old and dying alone. And that's going to bring about desperation. These women are going to be finding any kind of man. A man, they going to want any kind of man just for companionship alone. Even if they man be like, I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. They're going to be like, come on. I believe in the Lord. Now, I just got saved. I'm 65 and yes, I just got saved, but I believe it. I'm telling you. So you say you a decade behind me, Trucker C? I'm telling you, dude, it's going to be so bad. It's going to be, that's my boy Preem right there. He said, we're in that phase now. They taking what they can get. Yes, and Preem is definitely younger than me. I'm telling you, by the time when my man Preem, by the time him and Trucker C, by the time y'all 50, boy, it's going to be ridiculous. And it's going to wind up being a bunch of women taking, like he just said, taking what they can get, dying alone, or they're going to literally just be roommates. You're going to have so many of these women that are just living together for companionship because I don't want to, I don't want to be alone. Shit, bitch, I might break this hip. I might trip and fall getting out the shower and I need another bitch at least to be here. Call ambulance. Yes, ambulance. I'm telling you. So it's like the trend and what we've been seeing, we are really about to get the fallout from that is about to start taking place. Yo, you jokey boy production said, I'm 26 years behind you. Boy, by the time it get to you, man, please. And all it's gonna do is this. A lot of people think, and a lot of women probably think that, and you would probably maybe try to rationalize this and say, well, if I'm getting old and I'm not married, then that means it's men that's going to be old and they're not married either. So then we would just be able to just cohabitate. Because the older men get, their options in a lot of instances increase. Because of the things that are attractive to women, men will still possess at that age. Most men begin to make the most money in their lives starting at around 45, 50. That's when they start to make the most money in their lives. Unless you are a rapper or football player or entertainer or something like that. But even if you are, I mean, whatever job you in, you make the most money. Even if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, you may have money at that time, but you are making even more money the older you get. The older you get. So therefore, to what age group is having money attractive to? Younger females. Because just like them old hoes, when they was young hoes, they was going after what? The niggas with the money. That nigga that got that boat, that got that yacht. That's balling, if you will. That's an old school term, but I'm just saying. He got it. That's who they was going after then. Even if he was older, they didn't care. So it's like, if you making money and the better you look, the even more options you have. I can tell you right now, for me, and thank God I'm married, I'm making the most money I've ever made in my life. And from a health standpoint, I'm the healthiest I've ever been. Once I started going to the gym with COVID, when COVID hit, I'm in the best physical health I've ever been in my life. Most men are in that position. The older we get, the less money we just spend frivolously. So we have more. By the time, and I started having kids late. Had I had children in my 20s, my kids would be grown now. I would be spending money on my grandkids, and that's it. I'm one of the few men who had kids late I was almost 40 when I had my kids, when I started having kids. So it's like those are the things that take place that make things different for men than they do for women. Yes, a woman will be able to find dick anywhere. A woman can trip and fall outside and find some dick. Companionship and find somebody that's going to be with their ass, that gets a little tricky. So let me go ahead and move on.
Sister that got it all the way down to her knees and they in dread, that don't look natural. They look more naturally appeared than the sister that's trying to look appeared. Especially at that level. Nigga, I want.
And here's one thing too you can say about that when he's talking about the women and how they look. Black women who are to a large degree jealous of white women, they tend to, what do you call it? I'm not going to say accessorize, but the things that they use to enhance their bodies or their looks, even though a lot of times it makes them look ridiculous, they enhance that, and it's modeled after white women. Putting 39 inches of red yaki in your head. There's no white woman that does that, but that's what they do. And even like with that whole color thing, the black women that wear the neon greens, the hot pinks, the fuchsias, the blues, the what's that other, the purples, all of that. They only do those loud colors for attention. Because what are the odds of a woman being the only woman at a party or at a whatever with fuchsia colored hair? Slim to you probably be the only one. You'd probably be the only one. So that's why they do it. So they could be that girl with the fuchsia hair, that girl with the neon green hair, that girl with the purple hair, that girl with the North Carolina blue hair. They wear those loud colors for more attention so that they can literally stick out like a sore thumb. He says the worst is women. The worst is women in their 40s that are ready to have kids and think they will have no problems bearing them. Yep. Gothic white women wear those colors for certain occasions, mainly, not all year long. Here's the thing about white women. Gothic white women, white trailer trash, white women, whatever the case may be. Those women that wear that, they can go back to their natural hair just like that. Just like that. Our women, how many, and let me just say this too. Don't y'all, and men, y'all start saying this. Just like how we say there's no such things as chicks with dicks. It's not. It's only guys with tits. There is no such thing as a protective hairstyle. The women that tell you they putting weave in their hair, they wearing these glued on wigs and all of that shit to protect their fucking hair. Protecting it the shit is non-existent because they wear the shit and the shit literally damages their hair. It pulls their hair out, makes their fucking hairline recede. And the other part of it is if you put a grill cover over a grill to protect your barbecue grill from the elements. However, when you use your grill, you do what? You take the fucking cover off. You have an expensive sports car or an expensive car that you keep and you put a car cover over that vehicle. You keep that cover on that vehicle until when? Until you're ready to drive the motherfucker. Our women don't drive their natural hair. So what the fuck you protecting your hair from? I don't know, but you can't. They're right. If it was a protective hairstyle, exactly. They wouldn't be talking about, I got traction alopecia. Exactly. That shit it's one of those things where people have just said it so long, and I'm quite sure that the fucking cosmetologists of the world are the ones that said it, and that's what made, just to help, these women along with it's okay to wear it. Oh yeah, girl, you can wear that because this is the protective hairstyle. We're going to put these 32-inch box braids in your hair because that's going to protect your hair. Protect it from what? Protecting it from the heat, protecting it from breakage. These box braids is breaking my shit off. That's why my motherfucking hairline is back here now. That's why I got to get tattooed baby hair on my fucking forehead. So don't let motherfuckers, we got to stop saying that shit because that shit is not true. It's for motherfuckers that don't want to do their hair and motherfuckers who've already fucked their hair up. That's what wigs are for. That's what fucking weave is for. That's what all that shit is for. You got that RoboCop hairline. Exactly. It is what it is. Exactly. You put that shit on your head long enough, you will fuck your hair up. It will take your hair out. Here's the thing. Our hair, black folks' hair, it's coarse, it's curly, it's short because it protects from heat. It protects from being out. We didn't have this shit 50 years ago. What the fuck was back in the day, if you wore a wig, you had your hair up under there with them Sealy braids and you put that shit over your head because you didn't want to do your hair. It wasn't that your hair was in trouble. It wasn't being protected. You got to put a wall up around it. That is not what was going on. So it's like you have that shit in your head because you didn't want to fucking do your hair, or your hair was so fucked up because you didn't take care of your hair that's why you did it. He said, sisters going to the salon, like, I want that RoboCop special. Now they going to the salon saying, I need that 62-inch Yaki you got up on the wall because I got this RoboCop. Girl, I need something to cover up my RoboCop, girl. Look here, girl, we going out on Saturday. Well, look, I can't go with y'all if I don't go get my RoboCop taken care of, girl, because these box braids have got to come out. They've been in here for 5 weeks. Girl, my hair smell like fucking feet. Fuck is you talking about? I can't be out in the club with that shit. I done went from putting braid spray on my hair, girl. I'm having to put Febreze on my hair. People be at work talking about my motherfucking hair. Girl, I was at work. Look, girl, I was at work the other day and I had I had to put some Febreze on my hair, girl, because I was sitting in the little break room and it was like people was coming in and out of the break room, but it was like people was walking by me and people was like, God damn, what the fuck is that smell? Oh my goodness. Smell like a motherfucking locker room in this motherfucker. And I was sitting there, girl, and I was doing this, and I just put my hand like for real, and I smelled it. And that's when I said, let me run over to this CVS and get me some motherfucking Febreze and put this shit in my head. Girl, I was in the bathroom with that Febreze, putting it in my head, girl. You motherfucker thought, you would have thought I was in there cleaning windows because I was spraying that motherfucker shit like some Windex and my shit like squeaky, 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 squeaky. Squeaky, 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 squeaky. I'm just saying. That ain't no protective hairstyle. That shit is not protecting you. That motherfucker said, he said, but rehab, I work in corporate America. I have to put up with that Wookiee weave. That's fucked up. The Crown Act was just something to set us back. The Crown Act was just as bad as them motherfuckers talking about Ebonics. That shit's ridiculous. Wookiee weave. He said that smelled like a work boot. I'm telling you. You know what it is? That is not protecting your hair because it's like you got that shit on your head, but you're still, it's not protecting it because you still sweating, you still getting in and out of the shower, that moisture coming in and off your hair. It's like you get sweat, you go to the gym and all of that shit. It's like, man, if you not washing that shit, if you not taking care of that shit, what the fuck is it gonna do? It's gonna stink. And eventually this shit will become a fucking breeding ground for fucking germs. It's not exactly, Preem. It's not like they put that shit in their hair and then they take it out in a week or two. No. Them bitches pay $500-$600 for them fucking braids to get put in their head. They sit in a fucking chair for 17, 18 fucking hours to where they fucking legs and shit is falling asleep. They getting fucking cramps and shit in their legs and all that shit. Spend an entire day in the fucking salon getting their hair done. They ain't trying to take that shit out in a week or two. Bitch, this shit coming out when it's like either you gonna take it out or it's gonna take your hair out to come out on its own. Okay, now I take it out, girl. And I'm gonna go sit for another 5 hours to get that shit taken out. And as they're taking that shit out, they're doing what? Taking out my real hair too. Now you naturally lose hair just because we're fucking humans. We shed hair. That's just natural. But when you putting them braids and shit in there, you can't tell me that shit is right. You can't tell me that. Yes. It's just like when people put that fucking perm and shit on their head. If that shit that you putting on your hair, all them chemicals and shit they putting on their head, that shit fucks you up. It does. And the whole point to this is, as me saying this, because I know there are a lot of women that will get offended by that, and a lot of women will be like, yeah, but y'all men like it. I promise you this. There ain't shit that a man likes on a woman more than pussy. If you have a pussy, anything else you do with your hair, naturally, trust and believe it won't be a problem. I have never, and I mean never, been around my niggas and my homies, men in general, in the barbershop. I've never heard a man say these words. Bro, that weave she had on her head was the shit. I couldn't say no to her, bro. I had to go get her because that wig she had on, bro. Bro, did you see that motherfucking weave she had in her fucking head? Nigga. Any men in the chat, please let me know if you've ever heard it. Niggas ever been, when we talking about locker room talk, right? Locker room talk ain't never said, bro, I seen this bitch the other day. Her motherfucking yacky nigga was on point. My nigga, let me tell you, did you see that bitch that had that motherfucking weave on, nigga, the other day? Never. Never. So that's not it. Y'all doing that shit for y'all. Y'all doing that shit to compete with each other, and y'all doing that shit to try to compete with women of other races that have long, straight hair. Anything else you doing to your hair? Box braids and then micro braids and tether braids, whatever the fuck else you want to call it, braids. That's some shit y'all just doing. Switching it up. And yes, I'm old school. I like natural hair. I do. I just do. That's just how I was raised. Hey, that's my flavor. That's my style. But you have to look at the fact that what y'all have done to y'all hair over the years. Has it worked out for y'all benefit? Show me the woman my age that's been getting weave and wigs put in her mouth, them glued in wigs and shit in her hair since she was in her 20s. Show me her real head now. If the bitch don't look like Jada Pinkett, she gonna look like Crazy Eyes from motherfucking Orange is the New Black. One of the two. Or Miss Seeley. Shout out to the color purple.
On a natural sister.
And maybe black women didn't like them niggas when they wasn't nobody.
They like them niggas. Them niggas got that pussy, homie.
But before they were somebody?
Yeah, homie. See.
You don't think it's a thing to where as though
Black women be aggressive. Shit, you got to be that one growing up.
We growing up now at a time where, when I was growing up, you got blacks right here. You didn't have Mexican Chinos and people walking down here like this. We dealing in an era now where
you got options.
It's multicultural, homie. Yeah. So we gotta wake up and realize that you got black guys that want to explore. They want to explore, homie. It's not that
they been in the hood fucking all their life.
Yeah, it's not.
And here's my thing to that. That works both ways. So because of the internet, because of social media, dating websites, Facebook, IG, the same way it works for men wanting to, or not wanting to, but having access to women of other races. It's the same thing when you look at women who got fucking Instagrams and fucking OnlyFans. They have access to the point to where they have literally stopped working regular everyday jobs and they've considered that a profession. Instagram model, OnlyFans model. Basically, it's selling sex on the internet, which gives them not just more resources, but more options. Because if there was no internet, those women would only be subjected to being hit on by the men in their neighborhoods, in their communities, in their cities. What the internet has done and what social media has done, it has given them access and has given them a platform to where they're able to advertise in the sexual marketplace to not just their neighborhoods, their communities, or their cities, but to the entire world. Thank you, UFO. Hence, being flew out to Dubai to get shitted on, pissed on, fucked on, whatever on. So it's not just the men that now see, and even when they talk about passport bros and all of that shit, what's the difference between that and an OnlyFans model? We all know that these women that are on Instagram thoughts, the Instagram models, if you will, they selling pussy and they riding the car carousel. Because if it's 100 niggas that's hitting a DM, they finessing 75 of them, and the other 25, they might fuck 10 of them or 15 of them, if not all 25 of them. When you look at how men today aren't having sex, like actual sex, what are they doing? A man that's not having sex with a woman, he's still getting off. What is he doing? He jacking off with his phone, jacking off at his computer, jacking off with his iPad, wherever the fuck he is, because he don't have that readily available access to women. Whether he's a fucking simp, whether he's a fucking nerd, whether he's a fucking fat, lazy gaming bum sitting in his mama's basement, he don't have access. And in the sexual marketplace, he has no currency. He has no currency. That fat dude sitting in the basement playing Fortnite and fucking Call of Duty at all hours of the day, drinking fucking Monster drinks and eating fucking potato chips and fucking cheese puffs and got the motherfucking orange fingers and all of that shit, eating fucking ho-hos and Twinkies and shit like that, ordering fucking pizza and everything he eat. Motherfucker don't go nowhere because he door dashing every goddamn thing to his door. He don't have no currency on the sexual marketplace. So what does he do? When he get that urge, when his dick get hard, he going to OnlyFans. He paying some bitch $15, $20, $50, $100, whatever the fuck it is, to get a special message from her, and it ain't nothing but her sending him a video of her playing with her pussy, and that's it. He jack off to that, go to sleep, wake up, drink another Monster, eat some more fucking chips and shit, order him a fucking pizza, and get back on Call of Duty and win motherfucking 3 motherfucking war zones. Because in his life, if I can win 3 war zones a day, I'm killing. It's just what it is. So it's like it has worked both ways. My thing that I don't like about it is that it's drawn us further apart, and we have lost more value in each other because of what the sexual marketplace is today and the way that it's been pretty much perverted to some degree.
That I'm going against my people, but goddamn, I want to know what this white pussy like. I want to know what this Asian pussy.
And let me just say this:
on,
they be worshiping that nigga's torpedo. They worship that log.
And here's the thing too: it's the same thing with it. That to me, it's yes, there are a percentage of men who will venture out and want to be with different races, just like it's different, but the majority of us still, black folks be with black folks, white folks be with white folks, Asian folks be with Asian folks. It is a very small percentage, even though it may be talked about more, but the percentage is still small compared to the greater number of black folks being with black folks. It's way more black folks being together, way more black love existing than it is mixed race love existed. It just is. And I even saw somebody in here today, he was talking about they worship that log. It's like there's a thing to where when you look at the value that other races of women have compared to ours, yes, women will worship that log to a degree to where it will put their life in a bad situation. Like somebody mentioned earlier in the chat, I can't remember who it was, but they talked about the 3 brothers down south that had them 79 women or 84 women or so. I think it was like 86 women by 3 men. Apparently, and it's evidentially, just you have to assume that those 3 men have, that was you, Crestline. Thank you. I got you. Shout out to you. But those 3 men must have been amazing in bed. You can't impregnate 80. You impregnate. We ain't talking about fucking. We just talk. If they impregnated 86 women, they got, not 86 women, but they got 86 kids. If they were able to get 86 women pregnant, then they have got to have probably slept with 2 to 3 times that many. So they will worship that dick, worship that log, whatever you want to call it. But to what degree? To the point to where I'll be baby mama number 71. Hell, baby mama number 17. Baby mama number 22. Baby mama number 26. Baby mama 31. It's not the thing to where, and Trucker C says, well, I think our sisters get digmatized more easy than most for some reason. I will agree to the point to where they get digmatized because for the sake of having dick. Other races, they will worship that log or get digmatized to be with that person. They're more so concerned with locking in with good dick as opposed to just having access to good dick. And I'm saying that to say this. How many times do you see black women saying, girl, he got some good dick, I gotta marry him? You don't. They just say, he got good dick, and I just want to be able to have access to it. That's just it. They just want the dick. They don't want the full commitment. They just want access. And that just goes to the mentality of just, they want that instant satisfaction, instant gratification. It's that thing where they say, look, I can give you $1 today, or I can give you $5 in 3 days. They're going to be like, fuck that. I need that dollar right now. I need that dollar right now, nigga. Fuck what you talking about. I'll worry about tomorrow, and I'll worry about day 3 and in 3 days. Give it to me now. That's just the mentality.
The sister is used to being worshipped, right? So in the bedroom, she's the golden calf. She's the golden calf. In other bedrooms, the black man is the golden calf.
And I kind of agree with him in that. When you talk about just when it comes to, it goes back to like the value that our women find in us and the value that other races of women find in their men. And even more so, is include us too. They look at the value of having a man. Our women have been taught and have been socially engineered to think, I don't need to have a man. I just need to be able to use a man. Let that sit there for a minute. I don't necessarily need to be with a man. I just need to be able to have access to that man when I need to. Whether it's for dick, whether it's for attention, shout out to Tommy Sotomayor, dick and attention, or whether it's for resources. I need to get pregnant by this nigga because he got money. And if he got money and I get a baby by him, then I can get money. Sounds fucked up, but that's the reality of it. I need to have me a baby, period, because if I have a baby, I can get money from the state. That's a resource. I can get a house. I can get an apartment. I can get some type of food. I can get so much if I could just have this baby. So they look at men, they look at us as an ends to a means to an end, rather. So I can say, well, if I ain't got shit, let me have a baby so I can at least get something. I can get some shit. UFO says, when my ex grew tired of being married for love, she sought out someone willing to be a debt slave to provide excess things for her. Yes. He says, I remember Trucker C says, I remember back when sisters thought it was disrespectful to suck a brother, to suck dick right, but be mad when Becky getting all the brother's attention. Fast forward to today. You got Suki Hana. And the only reason why is because of the attention they get on the internet for doing it. Ghetto gaggers. It's the attention that they get for doing it. Took me a while. He said, damn. UFO says, took me a while to figure out what she meant by what she meant by when she, well, what she meant, I guess, when she was doing by, wait, what? What she meant by she was doing me a favor by splitting us up. So he said she told you she was doing you a favor by splitting y'all up. Hey man, that statement in itself validates my point. Validates my point. So when you think about what our women do and how they treat us, and I'll go as far as even to say to the degree of how we treat our women and what we do, even though it's mostly because of what they've done to us. Just like when I did that show last night about the guy, what was he doing? The guy, the lady that got shot, Finlinson, that got shot by the police. What was he trying to do with her? He was pleading to be with her and to work it out. Pleading. Now, most black men usually stay in that space because they were raised by single black mothers. So they look at their mama and they look at black women like, I just got to figure it out. And no matter how they treat me, I just got to roll with it. Just got to figure it out. And even when I do some fuck shit, I still want to be in this dysfunctional shit because that's all I know. But there are some men that get that initial being fucked over and they reverse that shit. There are some black men that don't want to be played. You ain't gonna play me. And you ain't gonna play me and get away with it. And when you have that, that's when you have them dudes that just don't give a fuck. And don't let them be that dude that got that mentality and they can lay pipe, because that's why you have 3 dudes with 86 kids.
You don't think it's a characteristic thing to where when men get money, they want to stay away. They want a white chick because white women may let them do whatever.
Hell no.
You don't think so?
Sean, you know we've been fucking white girls since elementary. You know why we fucking white girls. Niggas just let all us fuck.
And here's the thing, too. I disagree with that whole letting us all fuck. Boy, we all know, especially niggas in the hood, know the girl or girls or group of girls that, what did we call them back then? Bust downs, let you run a train, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That ain't true. But the other thing, what he was saying in the first part of just saying that white women let us get away with more. Nope. And here's the big difference. Tune in, black women. White women have learned the value in being feminine, being submissive. White women, Hispanic women, Asian women have learned the value in being feminine and submissive. And if you really want to turn up, add fit. But let's take fit out of it, because there's plenty of fat white girls and fat Hispanic girls that got niggas. But they understand the value in just those 2 things. They understand the value in those 2 things. While black women look at those 2 things as weakness. They look at those 2 things alone as weakness. Now you add fitness on with that. Most black women don't give 2 fucks about fitness. Because a black woman can't never be fat. They just get thick. That's just what we, and here's my thing. The problem with that is niggas have co-signed that. Niggas have helped that. Simp ass niggas who just trying to fuck have co-signed that shit over the years. They started that thick shit back in the fucking 90s, and it was one of the dumbest things niggas ever did. Yeah, she ain't fat, she thick. Nope, she's fat. She may carry the weight in a shapely manner, but nevertheless, she's fat. A woman with 52-inch hips, 68-inch hips, there is no thickness to that. That is fat. How she's carrying it, you may like it, but nevertheless, it's fat. It's obesity. That's just what it is. And it's like, I say that because it's true, number one. But the other thing is, men don't get no kind of grace like that. A man is either fat or he not. Nigga chubby, shout out to my Uncle Chubby. You either chubby or you fat or you're not. That's just it. That's just it. These women have even gone as far as, and I don't understand how we are the only, and black women are the only ones that's doing this shit. We'll be fat as fuck and we'll go and get a BBL. So bitch, you already motherfucking 180. And then you go and drop 10 grand to go get your ass done. Where they do that shit at? I tell you where. In the black community. That's where they do that shit.
You dumb son of a bitch. You dumb son of a bitch.
It's only in our community where you'll see that. Bitch went 165 in the cities where the skinny niggas die and go get a BBL. 8,000. You know good and goddamn well, Catherine, she ain't 180 pounds and 6'2". She 180 and motherfucking 5'2". She 180 and might be motherfucking 5'6". That's it. Why would you do that? But that's what it is. He said in the 90s, thick meant curvy, big breasts, slim waist, curvy hips, and thick thighs. It didn't mean fat. Fact checks have culturally appropriated the word thick. Nope. We was calling motherfuckers thick when they had guts. If you got a gut, you ain't thick. And just when you look at the average weight, and I'm not trying to say that's the white women's European standard of being, she being fat or not being fat or being skinny. You take your average woman that's, I don't know, 5'5". And if she's 130, she's probably close in her weight class, depending on how she may be shaped or whatever. 130, okay. She hit 145, she would be considered overweight. 155, 165, 175, you fat. Because you say the same thing about a nigga. You look at a nigga and that nigga is fucking 5'10" and he motherfucking 245, that nigga's fat. 265, that nigga's fat. 270, he probably need to be playing for the fucking front offensive line for somebody. Insert team here. Just saying.
Come on, my nigga. Come on, they gonna do what, they'll do what Keisha ain't gonna do. Boy, stop, don't do that. Get on, don't touch my butt.
And that's the thing too. It's not a thing where, it's not that a white woman will do something that a black woman won't do when it comes to sex. Nope. Because I've seen plenty of black women get ran through, ran up in, ran over. It depends on what kind of nigga you are. A white woman will just like your ass. A black woman ain't gonna like you until you can motherfucking be a thug ass nigga. You gotta be able to beat her ass. You willing to beat my ass, nigga? Okay, I like you now. White women are more agreeable. White women are more, and Asian women and Hispanic women are the same, more agreeable, more submissive, more feminine. So yes, a white woman will like a nerd. How many black women like nerds? I'll wait. Exactly. How many black women will like the smartest guy in the class, the guy who's getting straight A's? Even if he's not a real nerd, he's just good at he know his work. What do they call him? Lame. Because the nigga that's getting straight A's in class, they ain't looking at him because they too busy looking at the nigga who's getting straight F's, wearing Jordans and Jabot jeans and getting motherfucking sent to the office every day. Because they dumb as fuck and ain't doing no work. They like that. So yes, when you talking about white women or Hispanic, well, more so white women giving up the pussy more, that's because they will like a motherfucker. I know this sounds strange. They will like a motherfucker just because of the person they are. They, normal things like we have things in common. He likes playing Fortnite and so do I. He likes board games and so do I. Fancy that. Fancy that. And then you'll have motherfuckers say, well, yeah, see, you can run over a white woman. Niggas can be out fucking other bitches and shit, and the white woman ain't gonna say shit. Boy, let me tell you how many black women done took they nigga back, fought they nigga, killed a bitch for they nigga, cause they want that nigga back. Like Michael Jackson, I want you back, yeah, 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 yeah. How many videos have you seen of bitches rolling up in droves to fight other bitches, black bitches, all black, to fight other bitches, or they fighting white bitches for their man? Nah, you fuck my man. You was on Instagram in my man's DM, bitch. I'ma beat your ass. Don't make it seem like these black women are fucking virtuous. Got on their chastity belt. Shit. Bitch might have a belt on with her name on it to say chastity, because that's her name, or more so Chastiqua. Chastica. Jatastica. Jachastic. Lacacity. Lachacity. They'll have that shit on. But not no chastity belt. We ain't like, you ain't gonna never. Black women say, we don't be fucking like that. Shit. Y'all just trying to fuck a smaller group. Here's the thing. They trying to fuck a smaller group of niggas in the hood. All the motherfucking thug niggas and the drug dealers getting all the bitches in the hood. And the niggas that's about or have the potential to be motherfucking either, well, here it is. Let me lay it all down. They either the thug or the drug dealer or the nigga that's about to get signed or go to the league to play a professional sport, or they are a rapper. One of them four: entertainment, sports, drug dealing, or gang banging. Smoking that smoke, gang banging, doing that dope. One of them four. All of the women in the hood are trying to fuck them four types of niggas. That gaming dude, that lame ass nigga, and the nerd, the geek. No. Them four niggas, they ain't getting it. Right, Pray got that Smokey Robinson. Gang banging. Them four niggas ain't getting it because they all trying to give it to them four types of niggas. Because they think that's cool. That's popping. Now, them four niggas, the nerd, the geek, the lame, they trying to marry them once they get old and they pussy got 400,000 miles on it. Once that pussy been ran through and they can't get up like they used to, they can't bounce that ass like they used to because they old now and their knees hurt. They can't ride that pole like they used to. Now they trying to find them niggas to get married to. You know what? I always did like you. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. And I know people might, if you disagree with me, whatever, we can have a discussion, but
you can't handle the truth.
Exactly. George Sparks said that last train leaving. I'm telling you. That's just what it is. When they realize, like, damn, I've been out here in these streets the good years, all these years I've been out here in these streets and I ain't got shit lined up. I'm about to get old. Now they'll try to become feminine. Now they'll try to become submissive. Now they want to cook and suck dick. Now they want to, I just want to have somebody I can take care of. See, I got you, boo. I take care of the house. I clean the house. Now they want to do that. And here's the truth. Y'all will find some simp niggas that will still take y'all. Y'all will. But the niggas that y'all really want, them niggas ain't gonna want y'all because them niggas y'all really want, they have access. That's the same age as y'all. They have access to the 20-year-olds y'all used to be, to the 25-year-olds y'all used to be. So that's why you hear women saying, I don't know what they see in these young girls shit. I got experience. Nah, bitch, you got miles. When you go to the used car lot, they don't tell you, yeah, this 1997 Tahoe has a lot of experience. Yeah, that 87 Cutlass, oh man, yeah, it has a lot of experience. You'll definitely like this car. Yeah. That 2000 Corsica over there, that 2000 Corsica got a lot of experience on it, man. Yeah. Yep. Get that motherfucking, that 89 Lumina got a lot of experience, sir. Yes, this is one of our most experienced cars on the lot. You ever heard a nigga saying, yeah, man, I want to get me a real experienced car? Let me go on down here to Bob Watson. Get one of these experienced cars. You ever heard a nigga saying that? You ever heard any man saying that? Y'all want me an experienced car. Even if a man goes and gets a vintage car, they still want one with what? Low miles. You want that 89 box Chevy? Excuse me. You want that 89 box Chevy with 600,000 miles on it or with 200,000 miles on it? I'm going to take the two. That's just what it is. They try to jazz it up and try to just say shit like it's the same type of Jedi mind trick with protective hairstyle. That's what they try to say. With I'm an experienced woman. You an old hoe. That's just all that is. You an old hoe. Yep. You get that tavern life. It's just like having them city miles and suburb miles. Boy, a mile is a fucking mile. That's used car salesman shit. Oh yeah, see that car there, it does have 80,000 miles on it. But it's an old lady who lived down in the suburbs and she drove it just to church on Sundays. That's that. You might as well tell me the car got had a protective hairstyle on it for the past 20 years. Shout out to my man Chris Sykes. Hit your boy up with the donation. Appreciate it, bro. Let me see what you said. But it's like, that's what that shit is. It's like you got a motherfucking old ass car. That motherfucking city miles or suburbs miles is still miles. And shout out to my man Billy. Go hit your boy with a donation yesterday too. Thank you, sir. Good to see you back. Good to be back, my guy. Let's see. For big facts, I'm one of those gaming nerds. There it is. But it's like when you talking about that kind of shit, don't no man want that. Y'all try to, and then y'all try to shame a man when he say he don't want that. Well, bitch, you the one that wasted away your motherfucking youth on the dick carousel, fucking all these other niggas that had money and taking you out on trips and getting you flued out. You did that. We didn't. We couldn't get your time of day. But here's the thing. That same nerd, that same geek, that couldn't get your time of day, because every time he tried to holler at you, you looked at his shoes and was like, nah, I'm straight, because he ain't have on Jordans, or he didn't have on the Yeezys. That same nigga that you looked at that didn't have a car, or he had a car, but it was a hoopty, because you was getting in the car that had rims, because you was a car booty. Remember niggas back in the 90s said, you a car booty, bitch. Bitch, old car booty ass bitch. But that same nigga, now, he not only may either got his shit together, he can still be that same kind of nigga, but because he has access to women in other races, other cultures, other nationalities. Those women understand the value in a man, so they don't mind a nigga being a nerd because they might be a nerd. How many black female nerds out here? What, maybe 0.3%? And even them bitches be wanting a thug nigga. That nerdy ass looking white girl with the thick glasses on that's just as good at Fortnite as he is. She at least don't want to get ran through by the bad boys club. Well, if that was the bad boys, it would probably be Diddy, and that would probably just be all boys. Yeah. Instead of bad boy, it'd be all boy. I think Diddy gonna change the name of his rap record label from Bad Boy to All Boy. All boy, come out and play. That's what he gonna do. Diddy gonna be like, all boys, come out and play. Wow, 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 wow. Hey, shit. That nigga Diddy got a new label with his new artist, TD Jakes. Recently, that first album, nigga. That nigga the new Biggie. Hell no. Hell no. Ignorant as hell. Nigga changing that label from Bad Boy to All Boy. I gotta do that again. All boys, come out and play. You know I have to do the remix, right? Oh. Hell no. But getting back to there's only a couple more minutes left, then we'll be done.
You're white girls, yeah. Oh, y'all get out of here. I'm not for the fuck all them. Come on now. We learned this in school. Then when we get to college, we see the difference. Nigga, the black girl huddle up, looking. Her friend wanna fuck. Girl, you not going. The white girl get her friend to come.
Yes. And here's the difference. White girls will definitely, and are definitely some very, very, very whorish white girls. Please do not get it twisted. Definitely very, very whorish white girls. They are the definition of the word slut. However, they know how to say, you know what? I'm going to stop now in my 20s so that I can find a husband, as opposed to just riding this on out until I'm in my 40s. That's the difference. A white girl will know when, say, you know what? Yep, I just got over to college. I'm a brand new student at Arizona State University, and I'm going to party here while I'm at ASU. Yep. My parents aren't around, and I am going to clown. Dick Carousel, sign me up. That's freshman year. Sophomore year. Junior year. Midway through, you know what they do with their inner whore? They lay that inner whore to rest. And they do what? They find a husband. That's what they do. They get their shit together. And then they say, okay, I've had enough. Let me go ahead and get my shit together, because I know I ain't getting no younger. And by the time I hit 30, I'm gonna hit that wall, and I need to be locked in to where motherfucker can see more than just this ass and this pussy and these titties, cause they ain't gonna be looking the same, so they can look past that and see who my inner self is and what other qualities I bring to the table. That's just what they will do. They will cool out, sit their ass down, and get their shit together.
What you say now, Chuck? And that's a for sure right on.
And see the problem, you missed the whole point, Shrapnel. You're so focused on the hashtag not all that you're not even concerned about the greater majority. That's just what it is. He said Ivanka Trump. It's like there is nothing that you can say is absolute, but in general, you'll see a white woman that'll get married 4 or 5 times. How many black women do you see get married 4 or 5 times? Do you understand that if a woman, and I know of several white women I've worked with over the years, old white women, on their 5th husband. 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. When it's only 24% of our women getting married once. And them stupid bitches are the main ones initiating divorce 70% of the time. You got white women getting married 4, 5 times. 3, 4 times. It ain't nothing for a white woman to have 2 husbands. Nothing. And we ain't talking about no blonde hair, blue eyed looker. We ain't talking about them. We just talking about in general. I know a woman that had, it's such a funny story too. I want to say she's 3 different husbands. 3 or 4 husbands. I think it's 3 or 2. No, 3 husbands. She had 3 husbands, and the first 2 that she left, each of them became millionaires after she left, and she still found a 3rd one. I'm just saying. They know how to cater to their man. They know how, and it ain't gotta be where you gotta be $1 million nigga. You gotta have a basketball or better dribbling a basketball. You gotta be throwing a football or something. You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta be rapping and filling those shows up. You ain't gotta do that. Just being a man is enough. Just being a man is enough to where they will submit, cooperate, be feminine, bring value, support, add to, help meet your goals. See how I said that part? Because that's how they were raised. You ain't got to coax a bitch into it. You ain't got to pay a bitch into it. You ain't got to wonder if the bitch with you because you got all this money and the bitch gonna leave as soon as she can get the money. You ain't got to worry about that in the greater scheme of things. Now, are there some white women that will get married and 20 years later get a divorce because they done found themselves or whatever the fucking case may be? Yup. But in general, it's what it is.
And join in. Don't go with them. The black girl pulling. The white girl, we can drag her out drunk. We out. You know, so we learned this shit in college. Nigga. So,
This nigga crazy.
come on, nigga. So, which one you think you rather live with? The one who friends come over here, they all get drunk. You can fuck a white friend, you can fuck a Mexican friend, and they all so drunk they don't know this is what we do.
How many women in our community, in our hood, got the same baby daddy. How many women in our hood ain't necessarily, we ain't talking about baby daddy. That's one question. The other one is, how many are sharing a man, fucking the same nigga? I'm just saying. That shit, and it's like, I don't understand how we like and this is something that has just been put on just Asian, not Asian, but white women. They say, oh yeah, they hoes and they shit. Man, look, it's just as much hoeing going on from a white woman's perspective as it is with a black. Don't y'all never think that white women are hoeing more than black women. That's not the case. That's just not true. And I don't understand how niggas who from the hood and live in the hood, I don't understand how y'all niggas be saying that. I don't understand how black women, well, I understand why they would say it and lie, but I don't understand how niggas let that shit be said around them and they don't say shit. Ain't no fucking way you gonna ever have me believe that it's more white women hoeing around than it is black women. Nigga, I grew up in the Wild Hundreds, south side of Chicago. 12 deuce lowdown, nigga. 12, ain't no way you gon' I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen too many niggas go to war over fucking the same girl at the same damn time, I've seen too many niggas get killed because they was arguing and going back and forth over the same bitch that they're both fucking at the same time. I don't think that I've ever seen a situation in my hood where niggas was at war with each other over a bitch and they both wasn't fucking her. Not that it was one like her and the other one got her. No, they both fucking her and they found out about each other and now they going back and forth and them niggas at war over that bitch. And one or the other wind up getting shot or dying altogether because of that bitch. And I was going to end with that UFO. And when UFO says, I know a lot of Beckys I used to smash that are married now. And that's what I'm leading to as far as being whores. It's like we don't turn it off and become wives. Our women don't do that. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife, but a hoe can turn herself into one if that's what she wants to become. Because here today, the streets is for the streets, though. All colors out here hoeing. Yep, but we king of it. We king of it. And that was my point with this. It's like they don't understand how to stop being a hoe, or even, let me just say what it is. They don't even want to stop hoeing until they stop getting the attention, until they're in a bad situation, until they're facing being homeless, until they are facing losing something. And Thick Cut, I need you to give me an intro and an outro. Email me a price, bro. I need an intro and an outro from you. Let me know what it is. If I can afford it, we can do it. But I need something for an intro. I need something for an outro. Holla at your boy. But I'm just saying, when you look at that, that's the difference. There are plenty of white women that were whores in college. and they knew how to stop in enough time to become a wife. They knew that hoeing ain't life. What do our women say? Hoeing is life. Hoe is life. Hoes is winning. Sad bitches is winning. Those are the terms our women came up with. So y'all niggas could try to throw that shit out there. They all doing it. Let me tell you something. Ours are doing it, and they ain't stopping. Can't stop, won't stop. Take dick, take dick. Other races, they stop. Asian women, I'm sure there are some Asian whores out here somewhere. But I can tell you this, they're so few and far and in between that they're not even talked about when they talk about hoes. Huh? That part. And that what we be saying? That part. That part. They tell a motherfucking black woman, like, if you keep hoeing like this, you gonna die. That bitch be like,
If he dies, he dies.
I'm out here. You don't tell me what to do, bitch. You don't know my life. I figure it out. Oh, well. Whatever. That's my only thing. And that's the thing I want to leave with, is that by the time y'all get feminine, or even try to be feminine, by the time y'all get to the point to where y'all want to cooperate, by the time y'all get to the point to where y'all willing to submit, it's so many miles, so many dicks, and you're so old that it really ain't worth nothing in the sexual marketplace. You basically are pricing yourself out the market. That's just what it is. A female virgin, I said virgin, a 40-year-old virgin female has more value than a 40-year-old whore in the sexual marketplace. A 50-year-old virgin, why am I fucking up my words? Virgin female has more value in the sexual marketplace than a 50-year-old whore. All that shit, and when you hear these simp ass niggas talking about, shit, I don't want to fuck with no virgin nigga. I want somebody who got experience. Those are those niggas that have been taught that that shit is cool. Ain't no man of value gonna want a bitch that's been ran through. Niggas who don't give a fuck about themselves and who don't give a fuck and just glad to be getting pussy, them the ones that be like, shit, I want me a bitch that know what to do, nigga, shit. Exactly, UFO Kamikaze said, a free clinic experience. Exactly. Niggas don't even understand that bitch that they like, man, she still ain't gave me the pussy yet. I still ain't fucked her yet, man, but you know, she said next week though. Nigga, that's because she getting that motherfucking chlamydia cleaned up this week. And she know you ain't getting no pussy. So she know if she fuck you now and you get some shit, she know that you gonna be like, damn, she been the one fucking somebody else. That's how I got it. So she like, nah, I just want to wait 2 more weeks. Then we can, you know, I want to do it, but I just want to wait. Can you just wait 2 more weeks? I just got my rule. And your goof ass like, okay, we ain't got to wait. We can wait a little bit longer. Yeah, let's just wait, okay? And your ass like,
Alrighty then.
And your ass ain't getting no pussy. So when you finally get it, you finally got it, your ass is like,
yo, this shit is unbelievable.
It's like Eddie Murphy said in it was either Raw or Delirious. He said, if you starving and you give a nigga a cracker, that was in Raw. You give a nigga a cracker, a nigga be like, God damn, that's the best cracker I ever had. That cracker was good. What the fuck was that? Was that a Ritz? Was that a Ritz? It's a fucking cracker. You just ain't had nothing to eat, motherfucker. You been starving. That's just what it is. I say all of this to say, hey, to our women, there is a ton of value for the longevity of your life to set yourself up for the win. Not just for winning the season, not just winning a game. To set yourself up to win a season, to get a Super Bowl ring. There's value in being feminine, being fit, being submissive, being cooperative. The men that y'all ultimately want, love those four things. Love them. Just saying. I talk about my wife and talk about all of the things I love about her. Yes, my wife is attractive, but I tell you this. I love the fact that she's feminine, that she's fit, that she's submissive, and that she's cooperative. Those are some of the most attractive things about my wife. From a wife standpoint, to be like, man, why I married her, why I love her, why I like being with her, being around her, spending time. She's feminine, she's submissive, she's cooperative. I don't come home to argue. I don't come home and gotta fight. I don't come home and get back and forth. I don't come home from being out in the world and get more stress at home than I do. I'm just saying. And I wish that the women that hear this, that are like us, I wish that they would take advantage of what I'm saying and begin to apply it to themselves. And those that have it, I wish that y'all would start to teach it to each other. Teach it to your daughters. I tell people all the time, I'm raising a wife in my daughter. My daughter's going to be a great wife from what I'm teaching her and what her mother is teaching her. Yes, she's going to be not just a great person, not just a great mother, but she's going to be a great wife. We need to start aspiring. Black women, y'all need to start aspiring to being good wives. And it ain't about, well, y'all men got to start. No. Y'all need to start aspiring to be great wives. Because if you do that, you will have increased options of men. And you ain't got to put it on the men. Well, it be the black men too. Y'all got to get your shit together and you will get the options that you will have more options to choose from a husband perspective. Dick is free. What's that song? Love don't cost a thing. Dick don't cost a thing. But a husband gotta have something special about you. Get one of them. Especially when you want to be with. Dad's death insurance says, hold no more. Then she says 100%. I know dudes that would kill for a home cooked meal, and I know dudes that would kill for peace. I just so happen to have both. There you go, Lion Tribe. One of the lucky ones, dog. But there has to be a level of expectation with that. And yes, men do got to have their shit together to expect that, but we can't settle. Trucker C says it's kind of crazy when a woman who can't keep a man hear what men truly want in a wife, and they don't accept what we let them know real men want in a wife. You know why? Because two things that women don't want, especially black women, but the modern Western woman don't like, two words: accountability and responsibility. If you tell me what you want, and I tell you what I want, I now know. And now that I know, I have to be accountable to it. And if I'm going to change, I'm the one that's going to be responsible for it. She said, had to learn the hard way and want to shake married friends for not understanding. I don't know if she said, I want to shake married friends for not understanding. Pride. And it's like that pride takes apart into, it's not so much more pride, because women naturally, they will do whatever it takes to survive. But when you got options like OnlyFans, Instagram, simp ass niggas, then you just do what, when you compare those three things to say, I could either get my shit together or I'll have these three options and I could do what the fuck I want to do, even though it won't really make me truly happy, but I can still do what the fuck I want to do. You gonna take that over that. That's a teenager's mentality. I'll do what I want and pay the consequences later. It's just like when you see those teenagers that commit murder, kill their parents, kill their friends, kill their best friends and all that shit. And then once they don't really understand what the fuck is going on until they get sentenced. That's when they fall out and start crying, saying, why, mommy, why, daddy, why? That's when they really freak the fuck out, is when they get sentenced. When they get them 47 years, you get 25 with an L. And they realize I'm going to be in jail for the next how many years? I ain't eligible for parole until I'm 55? What the fuck? That's when it hits. It hits home then. Just saying. Lion Tribe said, well, I got it together 80 plus hours in a week, so providing is not an issue. Here's the thing, bro. Most men, when they have that peace, when they have that type of woman at home, they will break their fucking backs for them. Men, stop. If I'm lying, men, tell me now. You got that kind of motherfucking woman at home. You got that kind of support at home. You come home and you the king of your castle. And like he said, they worshiping that log and all that shit. And you got those four things. Men will do whatever it takes to provide for that woman and that family. Damn, I just got an update that says Justin Fields says goodbye from the Bears. Are you fucking serious? Wow. Says goodbyes with future up in the air. Oh my God. My Bears, man. I don't know what to say. But I'm going to wrap it up from that point, man, because I don't think it was anything else.
She know these hoes.
Let me just double check.
She on your ass.
Because that was a few minutes there.
So you think black women too stiff?
No. The black
else.
woman knows the black man so well and don't trust him. She don't allow him to make any mistakes in a relationship, let alone be free from her. So he has to be under her wing. Because she don't trust him and she don't trust no man like him. So she has to have a leash on him. She got to have a leash on him. He can never just be, hey, baby, I'll be right back. And when he come back, hey, baby, shoot, where you been? He can't just never come home.
And here's the thing with that. It's not necessarily a leash, but it's just control. It's that I want to be over you. That supremacy thing over you. And yes, I'll use the system to do it. How many times have you seen, and you men know, and we know men who have been in situations where they've been with a woman, been with a chick, got a baby by her, don't want to get married, don't want to really be together, but want to be able to run and control his ass. I'll rather do whatever it takes to make your life miserable and to keep my foot on your neck, whether I'm doing it with child support, whether I'm doing it in the court system, whatever the case, or just flat out being a bitch, holding your kid hostage, using your kid as a pawn because I know you want to be a father. You'll do whatever it takes to be a father. I'll rather do that to you than to actually just be together and commit to you. Because while I'm doing that to you, and I know you're going to do whatever I need you to do because you want to be around your kids and you want to be able to see your kids, or you don't want me to take you to child support court, then I'll be able to control you and go out here and ride that cock carousel. I'll be able to do both while I'm in Dubai. I'll be able to have your ass taking care of our kid and giving me money every month while I'm in Dubai. Doing both while in Dubai. And might be fucking you every now and again, but only when I want to. It's more of a control thing in black folks' relationships than it is. It's a control thing and a power struggle more so than it is a partnership and loving each other. We have a thing where it's just very difficult for black folks to just love each other, finding value in each other, instead of just being friends. We want to fuck you over, fuck you up, fight you, or finesse you. We'd rather fuck you up and here's my thing. Our relationships are so dysfunctional, you're most likely to get finessed, fucked up, or fucked over than you are to have a friendship, relationship, love, appreciation, respect, honor. We'd rather do them other ones. If we don't take a serious look at what we have become when it comes to just the dysfunction of our relationships in today's world, because I can tell you this, and I hear in Tommy says this all the time. We the canaries in the coal mine. We the canaries in the coal mine. And it's like, because we don't have fathers in our homes and because our families are broken, we get the worst of it. We're the worst at it because we don't have those governors in our life. Stable household, stable family lineage. Ain't no more grandmama and granddaddy. It's just grandma, great grandma. You're more likely to find 3 generations of women with no husbands around than you would the other way around. Just saying. That is a key indicator as to just those differences that we have culturally that really impact us negatively. I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I hope that our women will take a look at this and will really, really understand what the change needs to be and begin to model that. And I'm telling you like this. The change that we see, it's going to take women changing women, because it was the women that broke the women. It was those feminist, so-called independent, government-assisted women that bred the generations of women that came after them. And it's going to take those women to stop that cycle and to come back and get us back the other way. To right the ship, if you will. And we are right now in dire need of a huge overcorrect. There it is. Lion Tribe says, once she realized I moved on and her side piece dropped her, she regretted leaving and tried coming back. Took me years to realize why she showed back up. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Just saying. UFO says if she couldn't control me in 15 years of marriage, what the fuck made her think that she could once we split up? Dumbest shit ever. It's the delusion, man. Because they think they got the world at their feet, and they kind of do when they're young, but they never grow and they never develop past it until it's too late. So they'll be 40 with the mentality of a 20-year-old thinking the shit gonna work out. Because they've had that same mentality when they was 35. They had that same mentality when they was 30. They had that same mentality when they was 25. They had that same mentality. When they started getting attention at 15, 16, 17, that started to plant those seeds of delusion where they thought they could do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, and niggas would always be there. Yeah, they will be there to fuck. But as you get older, so does your body, and your options become fewer. I want to thank you guys. Oh, shout out to my man Billy. Go hit your boy up too. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the show. Please click that like button. Please subscribe to the Rumble channel. We finally got over 400 subs over Rumble, but let's keep it going. Let's get it cracking. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Click that like button, click that subscribe button, click the share button, and yes, you can click that donate button. Hit that PayPal if you wanna. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much. Y'all have a good night. Until next time. Peace and I'm out. And at this point in time, Thick Cut, I would now begin to play the outro that you made for me. So yes, let's do that, man. But y'all take it easy, man. Until next time, peace and I'm out. Is that the right one? No, this is. There we go. And then we're going to end. And end.